Alright guys, for my project back again, and then here for another video for you guys for today. And then here for my TNA Victory Road 2010 review. And I gotta say, I was looking forward for this pay-per-view, but it turned out to be this pay-per-view was decent to okay. It wasn't nearly as the best pay-per-view. Of course, I haven't been too happy with TNA pay-per-views as of late, and this one was, well, decent. It wasn't the best, but it had its good moments, so I will give it that. And I didn't see some of the matches, so I'm going to get right into the review, and with the matches and everything, of course. And starting it off with Doug Williams versus Brian Kendrick. This was the Ultimate Submission, Ultimate X match, and this was for the X Division Championship, and this is what kicked off the show. And this was a an okay of a starter, and with these two, Brian Kendrick and Doug Williams. My pick was Brian Kendrick to become the new X Division champion, but of course, we saw these guys, trying to get the submission hold, and it ended up being Doug Williams getting the win on this one for the submission onto Brian Kendrick. So Brian Kendrick did not win. Of course, Douglas Williams is still the X Division champion as of last night. Next match we get into is with the Knockouts match. It's Angelina Love versus Madison Rayne for the Knockouts Championship. And if Angelina Love lost, she would have to, leave TNA. And of course, that career-threatening match type of thing was on the line. And if Madison Rayne had the beautiful people interfere in this match, she would have to, basically forfeit her title and give it to Angelina Love. And something like that did happen. The beautiful people did not come out. If I remember correctly, we had someone in the motorcycle, which was to be, could be anyone at this point, but nobody really knows for sure. But I did miss that part. So, but it was someone in the motorcycle coming out and interfering in this match. And that was able to have Angelina Love win that match and become four-time Knockouts champion, which is a good thing. So, not really going to get into the Knockouts match too much, but that's what happened with that. So, pretty interesting scenario with that match. Then we get into the steel cage match between Hernandez and Matt Morgan. This wasn't really that good of a match. Of course, when you got two big guys like that in a match together, it really isn't going to be that much good. But we saw, excuse me, Matt Morgan and Hernandez, going at it. We saw Matt Morgan, bust open Hernandez in this match. We saw Hernandez, taking out Matt Morgan. At one point, it ended up being Hernandez going onto the top of the steel cage. When you thought he was gonna maybe escape the cage, he did, try to do a high-flying move, but that failed. Of course, Matt Morgan was playing possum at that time, which also gave the advantage to Matt Morgan to handcuff Hernandez and give him the kick. He was able to try to escape the cage, but that didn't happen. But Hernandez was able to get out of the handcuffs, and he just, just pulled it open like that, and was able to escape. When Matt Morgan was on the top of the steel cage, Hernandez basically speared himself through the steel cage, opening it up, and was able to touch the floor, and Hernandez winning that match. So my pick was Matt Morgan to win that match originally, but Hernandez is your winner of that match. Then we get into the next match of the night, which was okay, I guess, with Lethal and Flair. And this match, well, was decent. It wasn't too bad, but it was alright, I guess. Lethal basically trying to get that payback, what Ric Flair did to his brother, and it was basically Ric Flair just putting Lethal over and getting Lethal to get the win on that with the, the leg lock on Ric Flair's own finishing maneuver, and that's what helped Jay Lethal to win the match over Ric Flair. So that was pretty good on that. Happy that Jay Lethal won that match, so that was good for Jay Lethal on that one. And the next match of night we had is the Motor City Machine Guns versus Beer Money, and this was a good match, possibly the best match of the night between these two tag teams. Of course, fan favorite between the two, and we just saw a lot of double team moves with this, and it was good back and forth, you know, fast-paced match. We saw them go on the outside with both teams. We saw the double teams on this. You know, it came at one point when you thought Motor City Machine Guns were going to win, then you thought Beer Money was going to win, so, you know, it made it tough that way, and it was really an edge of your seat kind of match, which is I like to see, so that was good on that. Towards the end, it came down to one member of Motor City Machine Guns going for the pin, and one member of the Beer Money going for another pin, with both referees coming in this match and giving the count at the same time. So it ended up kind of like being a draw. Something like with Booker T and Chris Benoit. I don't know if you guys remember that match where they had a, you know, a draw-like situation, and you know, that's what pretty much happened here. Of course, Jeremy Borash ended coming out and saying this match would be restarted, and it did, and it ended up going for quite a few minutes longer, and Motor City Machine Guns finally get the win on this one, and they were your new TNA Tag Team Champions, and I'm really happy that they got the win on this one, and actually were able to capture the tag team titles. I hope they have a good title run with this one, so I'm really happy about that. So that was the highlight of the night for me, pretty much. Then we get into Angle versus Pope. This was a pretty good match. We saw, you know, good back and stuff match with this Pope and Angle trying to, you know, take each other's move, if you will. We saw the clothesline in this. We saw the triple vertical suplexes, and of course Angle was able to get the win in this one with the ankle lock submission move. So Kurt Angle was my pick, and Kurt Angle did get the win on this one, so that's good on Kurt Angle. So he won't be retiring, anything like that. So Kurt Angle moves on, you know, on top, almost on top in the rankings. Next match, we got the Fatal 4-Way main event between RVD, Mr. Anderson, Jeff Hardy, and Abyss. And of course, my pick was RVD and or Abyss, which one made more sense. And this was a pretty good Fatal 4-Way. I was actually into it. You know, it wasn't that bad of a Fatal 4-Way. We saw at one point Abyss doing, well, basically a double team with RVD, Jeff Hardy, and Mr. Anderson off the top turnbuckle with that one. And that was a pretty cool move with that. We saw, you know, Abyss trying to get the choke slams on both of the guys, and that was pretty cool on that. I don't think he was able to get the choke slam, but he tried to get, but he did get it on one point. I think I remember that. So that was pretty cool. But in the end, when everybody was doing their own finisher move, and Abyss was choke slamming, I believe, Mr. Anderson, and just when Abyss was trying to get the 3 count to win the title, RVD comes when he was knocked out on the floor and does the 5-star frog splash, I believe, onto all of the guys, and was able to get the win. I believe he pinned, I'm not sure if it was all the guys, but I believe it was Abyss, and RVD is still the TNA World Champion, and I got my prediction right on that. So that's it with the matches. Also, I did forget one more match with Jessy, Neal, Brother Ray, and Brother Devon. I didn't get to see that match, but I believe Jessy, Neal won that match. I'm not really too sure. I didn't get to catch that match, so if you guys, if I'm not mistaken, I think Jessy, Neal won, but you guys could correct me on that if you guys want to. So I definitely would like to know who won, but I do believe it was Jessy, Neal on that one, if I'm not mistaken. So anyway, that is TNA Victory Road. Of course, not too good of a pay-per-view. It was decent at best. So that has to do with the video and the matches, and that has to do with the video for today, guys. And Hope you guys enjoyed the review, and that has to do with the video for today. And as always, I will talk to you guys later. Peace.